I was still living in New York at the time, and in my dream, I came home from work, and when I opened my front door, the television was on, and it was turned on to CNN. And I remember a brown-haired woman, a reporter working for CNN, was reporting some sort of, I don't know if it was a disaster or a natural disaster or maybe a terrorist attack, or I don't know what happened in that dream. I don't remember what she said, but I do remember that she was reporting a lot of casualties from something big that had happened. And I think it had happened here in this country, in the U.S. And on CNN, it was in my dream, it was showing all of these bodies that had been recovered from this disaster. It was showing this stretch of roads somewhere, I guess it looked like Manhattan. All of these bodies lined up, and they were all unidentified bodies, and some of the bodies looked unharmed. It looked as if they were just sleeping. They didn't look dead at all. And then some of the bodies, the reporter on CNN was saying that they were so badly mutilated that they couldn't show it on television, so they were in body bags. So in my dream on CNN, it was showing all of these bodies lined up, some of them in body bags, some of them in their regular clothes just laying on the ground, and people were walking by trying to identify these bodies, looking for their friends and their family members, people that were missing, and trying to give them names, because these, like I said, in this news report, the reporter was saying that these were bodies that were not identified. And some of those bodies I'm going to also mention were bodies of soldiers as well. Some of the people were dressed in their uniforms and their military uniforms. So there was military people intermingled in with bodies of civilians, and also bodies that were in body bags that were too mutilated to be shown on television. And it was so real in my dream, and I was like, wow, what the hell happened? Like, that was the first thing going through my mind. How did these people die? And I think in my dream it was mentioned what happened, but I can't remember for the life of me. I cannot remember what it was that happened that made all these people die. And I remember she said a very specific number. I can't remember that number, but I did put it on my Twitter. It's somewhere on my Twitter, the exact number. So I guess if you want to look at my Twitter page, you can look up the number, or I look it up and I'll make a little post of it with the video and add it to the description box if I'm not too lazy. But it was a while ago that I had this dream, like I said. I think it was like almost a year and a half ago that I had this dream. And that was it. That was the whole dream. Anything else that happened, I don't remember. But, switching hands, my arm got tired. But, a little while later, I had another dream that I'm kind of thinking might be connected to this other dream that I just told you about, but I'm not sure. I mean, I don't like to make assumptions about my dreams because, I don't want to misinterpret them. So it might not have anything to do with this particular dream. But this dream I had maybe 3 years ago. And I just now connected the two. For some reason, I never connected them, but I had this dream about 3 years ago. And in this dream, I was getting on the train. I was walking to get on the train. I don't know where. I think I was going to work. I don't know. I was going somewhere. And I remember people running like in a frenzy, and I didn't know why. I mean, I wasn't afraid because I couldn't see anything wrong. It was just a regular day, sunny outside. There were no dead bodies. There was no blood and gore. It was just people running in a frenzy, looking panicky and frantic, and I couldn't figure out why. So I wasn't afraid at all. I was like, these people, what's wrong with them? What's going on? Whatever. So I just got on the train, ignored all these people, and while I'm on the train, it stops suddenly, and the doors open, and I'm like, why is the train stopping here? So I get off the train, and I'm on this top platform somewhere in the Bronx, and people are pointing in the sky. They're like pointing at the sky, shouting and screaming, there's something in the sky, there's something in the sky. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, that was gross. But anyways, excuse me. So the people are pointing in the sky, so I look up in the air, and I see another sun. That was my first thought anyway. It might not have been another sun. I don't know what it was, but it looked like another sun, but it was smaller than the sun. And it was a different color. It was like a reddish, orange, almost pink. It was kind of like shifting colors almost. It was like, and you could see that it was burning. It looked like a burning ball of fire in the sky, but it wasn't moving. It wasn't giving off heat the way the sun was. You know, if you go out in the sun too long, it'll start to burn you. But this particular sun was not giving off any heat. It wasn't burning anything. And it was making people go crazy. People were scared. People were being very frantic, panicking, running back and forth, acting crazy. Me, on the other hand, I was very fascinated by it. I was like, wow, what is this? Like, this is really cool. I guess I was a little startled by it at first, but then after, like, a few seconds went by, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And I remember in my dream going home and watching it on the news, and the military was trying to send ships out into space to see what it was, and people were taking pictures of it, and they were calling scientists from all over the world, like the top scientists of the world, to figure out what it was, and was it a threat to planet Earth, and what we should do to protect ourselves from it. But after a while, things calmed down because it didn't do anything. It did not change the physical atmosphere of Earth at all. And after a few, in my dream, I'm not sure if it was a few weeks or a few months went by, but people pretty much went back to their normal way of life. People just looked at it as a normal thing in the sky because it didn't move. It wasn't harming anyone. It wasn't doing anything. It was just there. It was just in the sky. It wasn't burning anything. Like I said, it looked like a sun, and it looked like it had heat, and it looked like it was burning, but it wasn't doing anything. So people just went back to their normal lives, and no one worried about it. But in the back of my mind, I kept thinking, something is very strange about this, that it's just there, and the media has pretty much calmed things down and made people go back to their normal ways of life, and no one's really paying attention to this anymore. It's just another star or sun that just appeared out of nowhere, and people don't care about it anymore. And then one day, this is still in my dream, one day, sometimes I have very long dreams, you guys. Sometimes my dreams, I feel like when I wake up out of them, I feel like I've been gone for days or weeks. I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes I wake up and I feel like days or weeks have passed. But anyway, so mind you, weeks have gone by in my dreams, or months, I'm not sure. And all of a sudden, this strange sun or star in the sky starts shooting down fire. And that's when all hell breaks loose again in my dream. People are going crazy. And mind you, this sun or whatever it is in the sky is shooting down fires spontaneously, and it's doing it in random places on the earth. So it's not any particular place, because this sun can be seen all over the world, and one day just starts shooting fire down on the earth. And